Short Detective Stories. The Mystery of the Silent Man. Detective Brown was a composed individual with a sharp eye for detail and a calm demeanor. He always dressed smartly in a suit and tie, giving off an air of professionalism. Despite his serious outward appearance, Brown had a talent for solving mysteries and was known for his gentle approach. One misty evening, a neighbor appeared at Detective Brown's door, looking troubled. They shared news of a shocking discovery in the neighboring apartment. Rushing to the scene, Brown found the lifeless body of a man, surrounded by an eerie stillness. Determined to unravel the mystery, Brown began his investigation with a sense of purpose. As he examined the scene, Brown noticed no signs of a struggle or forced entry, suggesting a familiarity between the deceased and their assailant. A peculiar scent lingered, providing a potential clue to the man's final moments. Brown remained focused, carefully considering each detail to piece together the puzzle. Employing his deductive skills, Brown speculated that poison might be the cause, given the absence of visible injuries. He methodically searched the apartment for any substances that could have been used, focusing on common household areas like the kitchen and bathroom. His thoroughness paid off when he discovered a partially emptied bottle of rat poison under the sink. With the poison as evidence, Brown concluded that the man's death was a result of ingestion. Though the truth was grim, Brown's diligence had uncovered it. The mystery of the silent man's demise was solved, a testament to Detective Brown's astuteness and perseverance. The Mystery of the Vanished Child. Detective Green was a gentle and compassionate soul with a caring demeanor and a warm smile. She dressed in comfortable clothing, often seen wearing a cozy sweater and jeans. Despite her soft-spoken nature, Green possessed a sharp mind and a steadfast determination to help those in need. One sunny afternoon, Mrs. Thompson rushed into Detective Green's office, her eyes filled with worry. She tearfully explained that her young daughter had disappeared from the playground while they were out for a walk in the park. Green listened attentively, offering Mrs. Thompson a reassuring hand on her shoulder and promising to do everything in her power to find her missing child. Green immediately sprang into action, organizing a search party to comb the park for any signs of the missing child. She coordinated with local authorities and distributed flyers with the child's description to nearby residents. With each passing hour, Green's determination to bring the child home safe and sound only grew stronger. Using her keen observation skills, Green searched every nook and cranny of the park, keeping an eye out for any clues that could lead her to the missing child. She spoke with witnesses who had seen the child playing in the park earlier that day, hoping to glean any information that could aid in the search. After an exhaustive search, Green spotted a familiar figure huddled beneath a tree near the edge of the park. With a sense of relief washing over her, she approached the child and gently scooped her into her arms. The missing child had been found, thanks to Detective Green's unwavering determination and compassion. The Case of the Vanishing Twins. Detective Blue was a friendly and approachable individual with a welcoming smile and a cheerful disposition. She often wore a bright scarf and a pair of comfortable sneakers, giving her a casual yet stylish appearance. Despite her laid-back demeanor, Blue was always ready to spring into action to solve mysteries in her community. One cloudy morning, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson rushed to Detective Blue's office, their faces etched with concern. They tearfully explained that their young twin daughters had gone missing from their home overnight. Blue listened intently, offering the distraught parents a comforting hand to hold and assuring them that she would do everything in her power to locate their missing girls. Blue wasted no time in launching a search for the missing twins, enlisting the help of local law enforcement and community members. She canvassed the neighborhood, distributing flyers with the girls' photos and descriptions, hoping that someone had seen them in the area. With each passing moment, Blue's determination to reunite the twins with their family only grew stronger. Using her sharp observation skills, Blue scoured the neighborhood for any clues that could lead her to the missing girls. She questioned neighbors and passersby, asking if they had seen anything suspicious or out of the ordinary. Blue also checked nearby parks and playgrounds, hoping that the twins might have wandered off to play. After an exhaustive search, Blue received a tip from a neighbor who had spotted the twins at a nearby convenience store. With a sense of urgency, Blue rushed to the location and found the twins safe and sound, browsing the candy aisle. With a sigh of relief, she reunited the girls with their grateful parents, bringing an end to the mystery of the vanishing twins. The case of the missing puppy. Detective Smith was a friendly man with a big smile and a helpful attitude. He wore a colorful Hawaiian shirt and a baseball cap, giving him a cheerful appearance. Despite his casual attire, Smith was always ready to lend a helping hand and solve mysteries in his neighborhood. One sunny afternoon, Mrs. Johnson rushed to Detective Smith's doorstep, tears streaming down her face. She explained that her beloved puppy had gone missing from their backyard, and she was beside herself with worry. Smith listened carefully, offering Mrs. Johnson a reassuring pat on the shoulder and promising to do his best to find her furry friend. Smith immediately set out to search the neighborhood for any signs of the missing puppy. He spoke with neighbors and children playing in the street, asking if they had seen anything unusual. Smith also scoured nearby parks and alleys, calling out the puppy's name in hopes of finding him. Using his sharp observation skills, Smith noticed a trail of paw prints leading away from Mrs. Johnson's backyard and into the nearby park. With a determined stride, he followed the prints, keeping an eye out for any signs of the missing puppy along the way. After a thorough search, Smith spotted the missing puppy curled up under a park bench, wagging his tail happily. With a joyful bark, the puppy bounded into Smith's arms, grateful to be reunited with his worried owner. Mrs. Johnson's tears turned to tears of joy as she thanked Detective Smith for bringing her beloved pet home safe and sound. The mystery of the vanished painting. Detective Gray was a kind-hearted woman with a warm smile and a gentle demeanor. She wore a cozy sweater and glasses perched on her nose, giving her a friendly appearance. Despite her soft-spoken nature, Gray possessed a keen eye for detail and a sharp mind for solving mysteries. One bright afternoon, Mrs. Smith visited Detective Gray's office, distressed over the disappearance of a valuable painting from her art gallery. She explained that the painting had vanished overnight, leaving behind only an empty frame. Gray listened attentively, comforting Mrs. Smith and promising to do everything in her power to recover the missing artwork. Gray visited the art gallery and carefully examined the scene for any clues. She noticed a faint trace of paint on the floor near the empty frame and a set of muddy footprints leading away from the gallery. With her observant eye, Gray deduced that the thief had entered through a window and made their escape on foot. Using her deductive reasoning skills, Gray canvassed the neighborhood, questioning residents about any suspicious activity they may have noticed. She also contacted local authorities to alert them about the stolen painting and gather information about recent art thefts in the area. After a thorough investigation, Gray received a tip from a witness who had seen a suspicious individual near the art gallery on the night of the theft. With this crucial lead, Gray tracked down the suspect and recovered the stolen painting, restoring it to its rightful place in Mrs. Smith's gallery.